12-year-old me would be pumped because we did everything that little boy envisioned I'm doing. So it's great. For me, this is like full circle. Like, you have to do this as a comic. Like, if you don't have a special, what's the point? Thank y'all for coming. Appreciate it. Thank y'all so much. Yeah, man, because I know it's hard for adults to get outside and be energetic, so I appreciate you just being alive, just being here. Because I know after a certain age, you just be sleepy. Just as soon as you go outside, you just be sleepy. And it's not your fault. You just washed, and you don't know at first. You know what I mean? You make plans in your head as an adult, like, you want to go do something? Yeah, we in Vegas. Let's go do it. Let's go do it, right? And then y'all got in the car. It was like, you still want to go? Because it's already 8 by the time we get out of there. You sure? And the person you with was like, yeah, I ain't tripping. It's whatever you want to do. But they sleepy too. So now y'all both in here just sleepy as hell, trying to power through it as an adult. And this is what's crazy, is you only sleepy when you outside. All y'all could go home right now and binge watch your favorite show till 3 in the morning. And have a good time, be right awake. You end on a cliffhanger, but ooh, you want to do another one? You want to do another one? Let me go pee real quick. Yeah, y'all just keep watching it. But as soon as you step outside, you be like, we outside again? Like, it's sleepy out here. You just get sleepy as you get older. I don't know what happens, you know? And I'm not making fun of you. I'm one of you. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting up there too, you know? Like, and I'm not one of them people that get to a certain age and start hating on the generation after them. I'm not one of these young kids today. That's not me. I hate that. You know, this is the worst generation ever. No, they not. No, they not. All right, they're no worse than us or our parents or our grandparents. The only difference between this generation and all of us, the rest of us, is they're too stupid to stop documenting everything. All right, that's the only difference. Every idea and thought they have, they put it out in the world. Everything they do, they film it. It's like, stop. I seen a dude the other day. He was like, yeah, we about to rob these niggas, and then pulled his mask down. I'm like, we saw your face, you going to jail, bro. Like, we saw you. They just dumb. They just won't, like, we did our stuff in the dark like you're supposed to, you know what I mean? They're not worse, they just let everybody know what they're doing. They gotta stop doing that, man. But I don't wanna hate on them, and I don't wanna be that old guy that becomes a hater. And now I just watch old dudes, because I know I'm next. I watch my dad and his friends. I just watch older guys flirt. I love doing that. That's my favorite. Watching older dudes flirt is the best because their game is different than ours because their life is different. So their pickup lines is shit you ain't never heard before. Like, I was on a flight and there was a lady sitting in front of me and I didn't know she was old at first, right? But when she got up, she made her noises. That's how I knew because she was sitting there and then all of a sudden she got up, she was like, ugh! And I was like, all right, she up there, right? And so she get up and dude across, now I saw him, he had full gray hair and everything. He decided he was gonna shoot his shot now, right? So he goes, oh, are you okay? And she said, yeah, it's just my knees. He goes, you know, I just got mine replaced. And he takes out his phone and he starts showing her pictures of his knee replacement. And I'm like, yo, is this like the dick pic for old dudes? Like, is this how you brag after a certain age? Like, hey, bitch, look what I can do. What you, hey, Beatrice, what you want to do? Gladys, what you want? She's like, oh, Herman, please. Like, what? Is that how you get them with just a fresh pair of knees and you got all the old hoes? That's how it works? It's crazy. It's just a different world, you know what I'm saying? I just be watching like, this is crazy, man. And then your parents start getting older, and that's when you realize how older you get too. And then you start reflecting a lot. You know what I mean? Like I had 2 great parents. I had 2 hood parents though. Mom and dad were both hood, right? But we grew up in the suburbs. But my parents was from South Central LA. But it's weird because they were 2 different types of hood, right? Like my dad was the hood you can see. His is very visible, right? It could be completely quiet in this room, and you just hear somebody in the back like, "I'll kill every nigga in here." Be like, "Yeah, all right, my dad is here." You know what I mean? Like, but my mom is my mom bougie. I'm talking about sit up straight, salad fork, knife fork, you know, turtlenecks in the middle of summer. Like she just showing, like my mom's a lady. So when I was a kid and my dad would be wilding out, we would go to our mom to calm him down, right? So I remember one time we was at one of our baseball games. I hear somebody say, you know, that kid in right field sucks, right? My dad don't play about his kids. he was like, what'd you say? He was like, that kid sucks. And they were talking about my brother, not me. I was fucking amazing, right? But my brother, big trash, right? So he goes, you talking about my son? I'll kill everybody in here. Homie, what you want to do? I'll kill everybody in here. And I'm like, Dad, first of all, why does everybody have to die? Why can't you just kill him? He's the only one you have a problem with. You gotta air out the whole park? Why? There's families here. Why? And so whenever he would do that, we would go to our mom and be like, Mom, you gotta go get Dad. He tripping again. And my mom would be sitting there, and my mom would be like, well, sometimes niggas have to die. And I was like, what? You just okay with this? All right, bet. You know what I mean? But I had a great childhood, man. I can't remember like any traumatic experience or anything, and maybe it's just because kids don't look at stuff like you're supposed to, I guess. But my life was great. The only real issue I ever could think of was like I remember I was like 3 or 4 years old, and my mom and dad were having a domestic issue. When I say domestic issue, I don't mean he was hitting her or anything like that, right? But the furniture could get it. You feel me? And so he was banging on the door. He had left his key or something, I don't know, but she had locked him out the house. So he banging on the door. It's me, my mom, my brother. We watching TV. She won't let him in the house. I said, Mom, Dad's at the door. She said, I know. I said, well, you want me to open the door for him? She said, no, let him sit out there. Think about what he did. Right? And I'm a kid. I don't understand adult things. So I'm like, what could he have done so bad that my mom would lock him out the house? Like, what's the thing she's always fussing over? And I was like, oh, shit. So I tapped my brother. I said, hey, man, we got to start eating our vegetables. She's not fucking around, bro. Like, I don't want to be homeless. You know what I mean? Like, and so he banging on the door. She still won't let him in. All of a sudden, he manages to get the door open. How? I don't know, but he's from South Central. I'm sure he had the skill set, right? So he opens the door, but we had a chain on the door. So when he tried to open it, it stopped. And it kind of looked like The Shining, like, here's Johnny. You know what I mean? Like, I just saw that. So I eyeball, he talking to you. You ever seen somebody try to cut somebody out with this much space? He's like, let me that goddamn door. You couldn't even. And so she won't even pay him no mind, though. She keep watching TV, right? All of a sudden, the door closed. Boom! It explodes open. I'm talking about chain flies off, the wood pieces everywhere, door off the hinges. He busted that whole door down, right? Now, you would think as a kid, that would traumatize you, right? Not at all. We lived on the base at the time, so the MPs came and they wanted to talk to me, and they was like, hey, we need to talk to you for a second. I said, what's up? They was like, we just need to ask you some questions. Do you feel safe with your father? And I was like, yeah. They was like, has he ever harmed you or your mother or your brother? I was like, no. They was like, you don't have no concerns or safety issues? I was like, no. In fact, I've never felt better. They was like, you sure? I was like, yeah, bro, look at the door. Like, nigga, we live with the Incredible Hulk. Like, I've never been so excited. I thought my dad was the strongest person on earth. You understand me? I went to school the next day happy as hell. Like, my dad could beat up your dad. You know what I mean? I was pumped. I was talking big shit. My dad's stronger than everybody. They was like, yeah, right. I'm like, come by the house and prove it. And they was like, we went by that house. There was no door. I'm like, exactly. You know what I mean? Like, I thought I was hyped. And when you a kid and you happy about stuff, what you want to do? You want to tell everybody. So we go to the barbershop the next day, right? And I'm like, all right, here's my chance to brag on my dad. You know, so, and for those who I'm looking around the room, you know, if you've never been to a black barbershop, and a couple of you haven't, clearly, right? But if you've ever been to a black barbershop, you know haircuts in a black barbershop take 3 to 5 business days. Right? Because they be in there just talking, just running their mouth, arguing over sports, venting about their women, because that's their safe space, all that stuff, right? So they all venting on women. They tap on my dad. It's his turn to clock in. Right? And they're like, keep right, you know what I'm talking about. He was like, man, these women, how you doing some crazy stuff? I was like, yeah, Dad, tell him about the door. He was like, hey, we don't talk about that, bro. We don't talk about that outside. Matter of fact, if you be quiet, I'll take you to Toys R Us later. And I was like, oh, okay. So I didn't say nothing else. I was quiet. We leave. It's nighttime, obviously, because, again, black barbershop, all right? So we get to Toys R Us, right? We walk up to the door. It don't open. He look at the hours. He's like, oh, man, it's closed, guys. We got to come back. I was like, we do? Do the thing, man. You know what I mean? Like, I thought he could just break any door down. I didn't know it only worked in homes. But it's crazy, man. But I had a great childhood, man. It was a good time. And now I got kids. I got 2 boys, and I'm raising them in the suburbs as well. But they're like extra suburbs. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, they're way further removed than I am. Because I still play my sports in the hood. We went to visit family and all that. But my kids, they a little more like a lot of their sports leagues is mostly white kids, right? So they be dominating. But But I hate where we live because of society. We live in such a PC society now. I get asked stupid questions because nobody wants to be offensive. And we can't just address real things anymore because people are like, oh my God, you know. So it's the first day of baseball practice, and black kids don't really play baseball no more. Like, you go to baseball, it's not a lot of black kids left, right? And so he's the only black kid on his team. I'm filling out the paperwork for the insurance and all that stuff. The team mom walks up to me. She goes, oh, are you one of the dads? I said, yeah. She goes, oh, okay. Which little fella is yours? I'm like, take a wild guess. You see the one running faster than everybody else? Like, that one's mine. That one's mine. But I wanted to lie because it was a stupid question. I wanted to be like Connor in right field. That's my guy out there. Right? But I didn't want her to be like, Connor's my son, and why do you know these little boys' names? Now I gotta get the fuck out of there before I end up on the registry, you know what I'm saying? It's just annoying, man. Because here's the thing, I'm at an age where, like, I'm young enough to understand why things needed to change, but I'm old enough to where I didn't really want them to. I was fine with the way things were, with just a hint of it. Not over the top, but just a little bit of, like, bigotry, a little racism, a little homophobia, like just a sprinkle of, not a full serving, but just like a Costco sample of racism, you know what I mean? Just like, it's good, I'm not gonna buy it, but it's okay, you know what I mean? Like, just a little bit, you know? We'll circle back to that, you know what I mean? I'm just saying, not all racism is bad, and homophobia and sexism, and we'll circle back. I'm just saying. Because we've gone too far now, and now it's weird, you know? Like, I remember, like, the teachers now, they're handcuffed. They can't do anything. I remember my teachers, man. Remember when you could just hit a kid? I'm not saying it was right or wrong, but I'm just saying, man, we've gone over, it's too far, man. Like, I remember growing up, man, like, my favorite teacher of all time, Mr. Trey, my 9th grade science teacher, he didn't give a damn. Like, he'd be fired if he was the teacher today. The stuff he did back then was insane, but we didn't care at all. I TA'd for him. I tried to fail so I could take his class multiple times. I love that dude, man. I remember the first day of school. He was a little tiny Guatemalan dude, right? He walked into class. He was like, okay, everyone sit down and shut up. And we weren't talking at all. He just told us to shut up. He just wanted to get that established, right? He goes, my name is Mr. Trejo, okay? I'm gonna give you some rules to the class. If you follow the rules, we had no problems. But if you don't do what I tell you to do, I'm gonna make a call you disappear. You understand what I'm saying? I was like, oh, shit, right? So he was like, I'm gonna give you some words you cannot say in the class. You say them outside, I don't care. But inside, you cannot say these words, okay? He put up a picture of a donkey. He's like, you cannot say this word, but the other word for donkey, it sounds like ask, but without the K. You understand? Don't say that word, okay? Second word you cannot say, put up a picture of a duck. He's like, you cannot say duck, but take out the D. Put it in an F. You understand what I'm saying? If I hear you say any of these words, I'm gonna kick your donkey, the duck out of my class. You understand what I'm saying? Okay. Third word you cannot say, and I'm talking to the little boys in the class, because I know sometimes you're gonna wanna say this word, but you cannot say this word. Trust me, I know, I marry. I want to say it too, but you cannot. He put up a picture of a family at the beach. And he was like, where are they? Beach? You understand what I'm saying? Don't say that word. I know sometimes, trust me, I know. My wife, she teaches right down the hall. I see her every day. And still, every day we get in the car and she and I want to say, hey, beach, shut up, but I cannot say that. I cannot say that, so don't you say that. And he was like, and this is the most important of my rules. This is rule number 4, and this is the most important. You cannot be tardy. Never be late to my class. Don't be tardy, okay? Because if you are tardy, you know what that means? That means that you're a retarded. Like, that's what it means. Like, that's what he said in class. He said that in class. He was like, you don't want to be a retard. He was doing the hand gestures and everything. And you don't want to be a retarded because let me tell you, if you are retarded, they put you in a different class, okay? And that class is taught by my wife, the beach, okay? So don't be retarded. I was like, damn. First day of class. He done called the kids retarded, called his wife a bitch, and nobody cared. Kept his job, everything, right? It was a different time, man. And I just miss it. And now we've blended. And like I said, I understand why things had to change. You know, like dudes are more comfortable in their femininity and women are more comfortable in their masculinity. But I feel like if you're a woman, you'd be like, oh, I just want to take care of my family. They'd be like, what are you? You're a loser. You know what I mean? Like, no, you're more than a mother. Like, you know, dudes be like, oh, I just want to work. You know what I mean? No, hell no. These hoes need to go 50-50. Like, it's so much. You can't do it. It's too much. Like, you get shamed now if a dude act like a traditional dude or a woman acts like a traditional woman. People like say you're toxic or you can't do that anymore. It's like, why? I can still be a man, you feel me? Like, I like your shirt, bro. You feel me? See, that's how men's supposed to talk. I like your shirt, appreciate you, my guy. That's it, it's done. That's how we supposed to do it. It's still rules, unspoken, that, you know, like, I can't look at him and be like, it's the shirt for me. You know what I mean? Like, he'll be like, hey, bro. He's like, what the fuck is that? Homie, look, he grabbed his girl all tight. He started putting his arm, hey, nah, man, nah. Vagina, huh? Yeah, that's what I like, you know what I mean? It'll get weird fast, you know? And we don't talk about it anymore. Like, I don't like, you know, we just do too much. Like, I remember, okay, I'll tell you, I'll keep it personal. I remember I was sleeping with this girl one time, and this is back when I was a hoe, right? And this girl, it was a good time, and we was doing what we were supposed to do even in the speaking. Like, when you're sleeping with somebody, you know, you get your script. And it's like, I say this, you say that, I say this. It's like a rhythm to it, you know what I mean? And she stepped on my lines. And I didn't appreciate it because that ain't what I rehearsed. You doing improv now, I'm messed up, you know what I mean? Because she said some stuff she wasn't supposed to say, and it was too masculine for me because those are my lines. You're not supposed to say that, you feel me? And it's a 100% true story. We doing our thing, and we getting to that point where she finna, you feel me? You know? Right? And y'all all do it the same for the most part, normally, right? It's right there. Don't stop. Oh, you made a mess, right? And then that's usually how it goes, right? By the way, fellas, when they say right there, don't stop, could you just stay there and do what the hell she told you to do? You know what I mean? Y'all be messing it up. You be right here. You be right here. She'd be like, oh, I'm almost there. And for some strange reason, he'll just switch the stroke up. No, nobody asked you. Nobody asked you to switch shit. You were fine here. Nobody asked for that. Nobody asked for it. And now she done lost her spot. She got to refocus, regather. She rubbing her hard, taking another 15 minutes. You mad. You catching the crap in your leg like, God damn, this bitch say forever. That's your fault, bro. This could have been over 15 minutes ago, but you didn't know how to. You decided. Nobody asked for that. Just do what you're supposed to do, bro. Do what she tell you to do, right? So we doing our thing. We getting to that point. And I'm thinking she's gonna do it the typical female way. And I'm not joking. I can't even make this up. She looked at me in the face and she goes, ooh, I'm about to nut. I said, what? That is disgusting. Why would you say that? Like, you don't say that to me. I say that to you. That's my line. You don't say that. Why would you do that? Like, in my mind, she grew a dick right there. Like, it was over. In my mind, the roles had completely reversed. She was about to stand over the top of me, like, hey, open your mouth, take that shit, bitch. Like, no. You don't say that to me. I said it to you. You don't say that to me. I was so disgusted. When she did it, I just slowly slid out of her. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't want to make a big deal. She was like, I'm about to nut. I was like, all right. And I just left. I just walked away. I couldn't after that. That was 20 years ago. I'm still mad about it. Like, that was nasty. Damn, that shit have made me hot. It's gross, man. I'm about to nut. I hear it, bro. It's gross. That's just nasty, man. And it could be because I'm just getting to an age where, you know, you reflect a lot and you miss certain stuff, or I might be at that fussing age. I don't know. You know, I notice a lot of stuff irritate me. Like, I'm sick of BBLs. Yeah, I'm done. I'm sick of the surgery culture we live in. If I see another big old fake booty, I'm gonna blow my head off. I'm so sick of this shit. And I know by the numbers, there's probably one in here. I don't care. I hope it fucking pops. I hope you sit down too fast and it explodes. And then you hit the ceiling and break your neck and you gotta really get surgery. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sick of it. I'm so sick of this shit. I'm done because we're not all supposed to look the same, man. And now everybody's going to the Build-A-Bear shop and they're like, yo, give me the number one. And like, if you go on Instagram, they all got the same body. And it's like, nah, that's not what it is. I don't like that shit, man. We're not supposed to look alike. And if I can be honest with y'all, I don't like how everybody can just be built like black women now. Yeah, I said it. Yeah, I said it. I'm sick of this shit. For years, y'all made fun of black people for our lips and our ass and everything, and now you go into surgery to get that. Nah, fuck that. You sit your flat ass down, and you try to blow your soup the best you can with them thin ass lips. Just... You thin lip bastard! You don't get to make fun of us for our entire existence and want to look like us now? Fuck that. You take what the Lord gave you and deal with it. Sick of it. Sick of it. And it don't even look natural. When you see other cultures with it, it don't look right. It's weird. It messes up your head. I seen an Asian girl the other day, a small little petite Asian girl with a fat ass. That's not what the Lord intended. That is not how things are supposed to be. That's why he gave them calves. You ever see an Asian person calves? They got the best calves in the game. They should be ripped. And now these women can walk around with these big old calves and a fat booty? That's cheating. That's too much. That's too much. I seen an Indian girl the other day, fat ass. I'm like, that's not what the Lord intended. That's not how it's supposed to be. That's why he gave y'all hair. That's $1 billion industry. They grow their hair and they sell it, you know what I mean? And now you can just pull up with all this long, luxurious hair and a fat ass. How do you expect dudes to react? That's overwhelming. You pulling up to the club, just stunting on everybody, just beep, ba ding, ba ding, ba ding, ba ding, ba ding, ba ding. All his hands everywhere. Hair down your back, that's overwhelming. I seen a Mexican girl the other day, fat ass. And I know what y'all thinking. Mexican girls be having big butts, all right? And they do, normally they do, but however, I think we can all agree, it has a shelf life. Because Mexican women don't spread the same as like black women or the black adjacents. When I say black adjacent, I mean Afro-Latinas, you know, your Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, you know, all of them. They black, but they got dropped off before we did, and you know what I mean? I know black, yes you are, yes you are, right? But when black women, when they spread, they keep their shape. It's just get a wider shape, you feel me? But they keep the shape, like they just go from here to like, you know what I mean? Like, but it's still a shape. That shape just here. You know what I mean? Like you ever get caught behind an older black woman like in Walmart and you just got to go to a different aisle because that ass, she pushing that cart and it's just, you not getting around all that. It's too much. Then that auntie booty be different. You be like, God damn, like you knocking over shit you can't get by. But they waist is still here. Like they still got their shape, it's just a bigger shape, right? When Mexican women, when they spread, everything spread even. And they just like look real boxy, you know what I mean? Like a piece of bread or a refrigerator. Like it's just real, like, you know what I mean? They don't spread the same, you know? It's different. If I'm being honest, I feel like the only people that should be allowed to get BBLs are black women because in our culture, if you ain't got no ass, you defective. Like nobody respects you anymore. Like it's fucked up how I challenge y'all to go to a black person's house during the holidays and watch how they treat the girl that got no booty. It's messed up. It's messed up, man. They be like, okay, Tawana, you can be on the greens. Kiki, you do the mac and cheese. And what can I do? Check out the trash, though, flat ass. You get it? Like, it's fucked up. It's mean. It's mean, man. And then, you know what I don't like, too, is like, you can't be a pervert no more. Like, when I say pervert, I mean the safe kind, where you just admire, not get a white van, hit your life over, like, not that guy. But just like remember back in the day, like, fellas, when you saw a nice butt, you just saw it and you went on about your day, like, real quick, you know? Like, you saw it, you're like, no, that's nice ass right there. All right, you know what I mean? You just go. I remember back when you was in the gym back in the day and you see a girl with a nice butt walk by, you lock eyes with a complete stranger and y'all let each other know, like, yeah, you know what I mean? That's a nice ass. You know, remember that? You walk by, she'd be like, oh, damn. You look at him, you be like, mm-hmm. You know what I mean? That's it. Y'all never spoke a word, but you know, right? And now you can't do that. Now you got to do math, and I don't like that. They walk by, you be looking, you be like, you think it's real? You know what I mean? Like, you be trying to look at the thigh ratio to the butt. Like, I don't think her hip's not supposed to be that high. Like, that's not, you know, I don't like it. I don't like it, man. And then it took the fun away from looking at other people that weren't black. Remember back in the day, when you saw like a white girl with a fat ass, that was like a museum exhibit. Because it was such an anomaly. Like, people would like gather around, complete strangers. You guys would just be out at a state fair or something like that, just hanging out, and a white girl with a big old booty walk by, and everybody stopped what they doing, like mid-body. Look. That white girl got a fat ass, look. Other women looking, men, everybody like, why this white girl got this big ass booty? And then you had to figure out why she had it. Like, she probably played volleyball or something. You think she a D1 athlete? D1? That's volleyball ass. Maybe soccer. She might be from Nebraska. Them corn-fed bitches be thick. You know what I mean? Like, you had to figure out. You had to figure out why this white girl got ass, and now everybody can just have ass. I'm like, that's weak, man. That's not fun. It's not fun, man. It ain't no fun no more. And if I'm being honest, all jokes aside, the real reason I hate the surgery culture we live in is because I don't like the effect that it has on young girls. I don't. You know, they 17, 18 years old talking about, I want to get surgery. And it's like, yo, give yourself a chance. Your body gonna change. It's nothing but adults in here. Everybody in here know your body changes over time whether you want it to or not. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it ain't. But it's gonna change. Just see where, try it. All I'm saying is, did you exhaust all your other options before running to surgery? There's other things you could do first to try to get the body you want before you just go under the knife, right? Did you try eating? Just keep eating, see where it goes. You never know. It might go here and here, and you be like, I'm good, you know what I'm saying? You never know where it's gonna go. Did you try working out? You can build a butt now. Did you do your squats? Did you do this machine? This shit right here? Did you do this? Did you do that yet? Did you try that, Did you try getting pregnant? And listen, like, just a little pregnant, like just to see where, like, happy, like, you know what I mean? I'm not even saying you gotta keep the baby. I'm just saying, try it out. Try it out a couple weeks. Now look, all y'all thought that was an abortion joke. And it wasn't. I'm talking about being a surrogate. Oh, look at you. With your judgment, you feel dumb now, don't you? Yeah, be a surrogate. Think about that. That's actually pretty smart if you really think about it, right? You get, all right, so I know because I have kids, right? When women are pregnant, this gets bigger, all right? The hips start spreading. That's just nature. They're spreading because they're making room for the baby, right? You're taking your prenatal so your hair get all long, right? So you start getting the way you want to get, right? Also, being a surrogate, very lucrative. It's because people be paying because you can make a lot of money carrying somebody else's baby. And you're doing a nice thing for a family that couldn't conceive a child, right? And you ain't got to raise this little motherfucker, right? So that means you leave the process with new boobs, new hips, new ass, long hair, a pocket full of money. And you going to heaven. Like, what else do you want? What else do you want? Now, the joke was actually very pro-woman. You know what I mean? It was pro-choice, body positivity. I'm on y'all team. I'm on y'all team, man. You know what I mean? And I'm just an honest person, like, so I'm just very honest. I'm very honest with my kids. Like, I don't raise my kids to like, oh, let's get to that later. Like, no, I'm gonna tell you right now, like, what it is. The only problem is, kids be thinking you have the answers to stuff you don't. That's the only thing I don't like as a parent. Like kids think they parents is like the most intelligent people on earth, and it's like, you asking me questions, bro, I'm Googling just like you. Like, I don't really know. And sometimes they be asking me stuff I'm not ready for. Like, I walk them to school every day, right? We was walking the other day, and it was a dude walking down the street, and he had a little hitch in his giddy up. You feel me? Like, so I'm not laughing at him, but like this is so he had one of these, right? This is how he was walking, right? And my son goes, "What's wrong with him?" And I said, I don't know, dude, bro, but I don't know. He's like, but why he walk like that? I said, well, we live in LA, you know, he might have got a BBL. That ass might be new. He might not know how to work it yet, you know what I mean? He might be adjusting. But I said, son, clearly he has a disability. And he goes, what's a disability? And I said, you know, like he ain't got the abilities, bro, you know what I'm saying? Like, he can't do, like, I can do this, he can't, you know what I mean? Like, he ain't got the abilities to do all the things. He's got a disability, you know? I didn't know how to explain it. And he's like, but what are disabilities? I was like, all right, well, you got your mental disabilities and you got your physical disabilities. He's like, what's the difference? I'm like, bro, like, come on, man. I said, okay, all right, here. Remember when we watched The Goonies? Remember Sloth, you know, hey, you guys. I said, remember him? They said, yeah. I said, okay, well, he had all that shit. Like, he had everything. The physical, the mental, he was the Thanos of disabilities. He collected everything. He was fucked up, you know? Anything you had, he had it, you know? I said, so that's an extreme version, but those are disabilities, right? And now we're down a rabbit hole of disabilities because he got more follow-ups. So somehow we land on autism. And he's like, what's autism? I was like, I'm not really sure, but apparently all y'all got that shit now? Like, I don't know. It wasn't a thing when I was a kid. You just went to a different class. We saw you after school. Like, you know what I mean? You got a little extra time on your test. Like, I don't know what autism is, but apparently, you know, that's a thing now, but I don't know. And they was like, oh, okay. And he's asking more questions. Then we land on Down syndrome. He's like, what's Down syndrome? I was like, bro, you killing me, bro. I said, okay. We got chromosomes in our body, right? And when you have an extra one, it causes this thing called Down syndrome. He's like, yeah, but what is it? I said, the syndrome, bro, like it's down. It's not up, it's down. Like, I don't know. He's like, but what's the syndrome? I was like, it's the thing. All right, listen, hold on. So I Googled Down syndrome. I click Google Images, all right? And I show him a picture of somebody with Down syndrome, because kids are visual. I said, this is Down syndrome. He goes, oh, I've seen those before. I was like, no. Don't call them those, bro. They're just people. Don't say those. He was like, no, they're really nice. I said, oh, they're the best. I love people with Down syndrome. They're super honest. They're hella funny. Like, they're great to hang out with. I love them to death. You know what I mean? He's like, but what make them like that? I was like, that's just how they are. He's like, do they all look like that? I said, that's typically the factory setting. Yeah, that's the avatar that they start off with. You know what I mean? Like, that's, if you were creating one, that's the look. You know what I mean? I don't know why, but that's what it is, you know? And he said, okay, but why they like that? I said, bro, it's just, you know. Now, mind you, I didn't get frustrated with him because my 9-year-old, he's a very sweet kid. He's just empathetic. So he just wants to know things because he's nice. Like, he got an award at school for being the nice kid. Like, and no bullshit, he just got an award because, I was like, why did he get it? And they said, because during PE, like, he's the best athlete out there, you know what I mean? You know, duh, right? And what he does is he picks all the kids who aren't good or who don't have friends and everything so they feel included. You know what I mean? Like, that's who he is, right? Yeah, he's just nice. He's just nice. Which is way better than my 7-year-old, because my 7-year-old be like, man, them niggas trash, get him out of here. Like, he don't care. My 7-year-old be like, get his weak ass out of here. You know what I mean? He don't care. 7-year-old is savage, bro. He different. So, mind you, the whole time I'm talking, I'm only talking to the 9-year-old. The 7-year-old is walking a little bit behind us. So he's like, Dad, what makes people like this? And I said, well, you got to understand something. I really, honestly, I don't know, but you just have to accept the fact there are some people like you and me and Mommy, and then there's some people who aren't. And as I'm saying this, the 7-year-old's behind me going, they not like us. They not. I said, no. Don't do that for Down syndrome, bro. That was for Drake, you know what I mean? Don't do that, you know? That's just who they are, you know? And they're always asking questions. I'll be like, damn, bro. And then sometimes I'm forced to talk to them about stuff because it gets brought to my attention by the other adults. You know what I mean? Because I'm in these group chats that I'm asked to be in. You feel me? I got thrown in the group chats with the non-working white moms. You know, they don't have shit to do. They don't have shit to do but fuss, you know? And I'm like, I got things to do. And all they do is fuss. Starbucks orders, whatever the hell their problem is, you know. When are they coming back with the pumpkin spice? You know, they're just mad. And so, I'm on a hit you kind of late, you know what I mean? But I'm coming back from a flight one time, And you ever been in a group chat that's going so fast you can't keep up with the chat because they moving too fast? So they going off. And I'm only seeing like white mom trigger phrases in the thing, but I don't know what's going on, you know? So I just see stuff. This is an outrage. We need to do something. Who do we need to speak to? We do not have to stand for this. Where are the authorities? I was like, oh, the authorities, she's serious, you know? But I can't figure out why they mad. And then I see the sentence, and I see a sentence I ain't never seen before in my life. It said, it's true, it said, they shouldn't be reading the kids gay books. I said, what? I ain't never heard that in my life. I've heard gay, I've heard books, never seen them smash. Like, I've never heard of this. And so I guess one of the 6-year-olds went home and told the mom that the teacher or whoever was at school and they were reading them gay books. And I'm like, 6-year-old? I got follow-up questions, because since when have 6-year-olds ever gotten anything right in context? Like, they've been known to mess some things up. Like, I just seen a thing the other day online where this mom initially got mad at the teacher because the kid went home and said, the teacher said that we got to bring bisexual gifts to school. And the teacher said, ma'am, I said unisex. That's completely different from bisexual. Bisexual means everybody in the class about to fuck, you know what I mean? Unisex just means you can wear this shirt or me, you know, that's it, completely different. So me having sense, I went home to talk to my kids because I'm like, I want to get to the bottom, see what's really going on. And the only thing I even agreed with the moms with was they felt like that conversation should be had at home first, before school, which I agree with that, right? But I'm still like, it's got to be more to it. So I get off the plane, I go home, drop my bags off. I open my kids' door, they playing their little video games. I said, pause the game, I need to talk to y'all. They said, what's up? I said, I got a question. I said, what's up? I said, y'all be reading gay books, you know? I didn't know how to phrase it, you know? I didn't know how to ask. And so my oldest son was like, what are you, gay books? I said, I don't know, read the chat, bro. That's what they said. I don't know. He said, no, we don't read no gay books. I said, is there gay subject matter in the books? They said, no. I said, is there any gay characters? They said, no. I said, who reading y'all the books? Is the librarian reading y'all the books? And if so, is the librarian, does she dress like mommy? Or does she dress more like daddy? Like what? Or is it a dude? And if it's a dude, because I don't want to, is it a dude? And if it's a dude, is he like daddy? Or is he like, when he, like, is... Like, is he, like, when y'all not listening, does he yell or does he snap at you? Like how does he get your attention? And they said, no, it's a lady. I said, okay, like original recipe? Like, it's, like, has she been a lady all school year? Or, like, in 2025, I gotta figure out, like, what's happening, you know? And I don't want to be offensive, I'm just trying to get to the bottom of it. And so they like, no, it's just a standard issue lady. I said, okay. Ovaries included, we got it, right? I said, so nobody gay? They said, not that we know of. And I said, okay, I guess I got nothing to ask. And all of a sudden, the older one goes, oh, we learned about Harvey Milk. I said, oh, the gay politician from San Francisco. Okay, got it. I said, what y'all learned? They said he was gay and he fought for gay rights and that sometimes people are mean to gay people just because they're gay. I said, okay. What do y'all think about that? First of all, do y'all know what gay is? And they said, yeah, when a boy likes a boy and a girl likes a girl. I said, okay. What y'all think about that? Like I said, my oldest, he's an empathetic kid. He's sweet. He goes, well, I think it's a little weird. But I don't think you should be mean to anybody just because they're gay. You should treat everybody with love and respect. I was like, you got it, bro. You can raise yourself. I'm about to go be a deadbeat, man. I'm out. You know what I mean? Like, he got life figured out. It's not hard. Just treat everybody with love and respect. That's not hard. A fucking 9-year-old knows that. I don't know how adults don't know that. You know what I mean? It's not hard. All right? It's not hard. So then I go to Savage. I said, so what do you think about gay? He goes, ugh. Right? That was his response, right? And some of y'all got tight because you're like, oh my God, that was homophobic. No, it's not, he's 7, all right? It wasn't homophobic, just he don't like dudes. So the thought of 2 dudes was gross to him, right? So I had to let him know that response was okay. You know, I was like, hey, that's okay. Daddy thinks it's gross too, however. I said, what's the rule? He said, treat everybody with love and respect. I was like, you got it. And then I had to let him know that reaction wasn't even gay specific. So I told him the truth. I said, you know what? Daddy has that same reaction when he sees straight ugly couples. So and we've all done it. Everybody in this room has been out at a restaurant or walking down the street, and you see a couple, and you be like, they be fucking? Like, we've all had that thought. We've all had that thought. So, I'm not gonna shame a 7-year-old for a normal thought that we all have. You know what I mean? I'm not doing that. Crazy. And then the reason why I'm talking about all these things and stuff like that, you know, because a lot of people be like, oh, the black community is homophobic, which I don't think that's true. I don't think that's true. They say it all the time, black people are homophobic. This is why I don't think it's true, because I grew up in church, and if black people were homophobic, you already knows where I'm going. You already knows where I'm going, because if we were homophobic, how did the choir have a piano player? Like, how? If you ever been to a black church, you mean to tell you thought this choir, you thought he like girls? Like, no. And nobody cared. Nobody cared that he was tickling balls on Saturday night. Nobody cared. As long as he came in on Sunday and tickled them ivories, nobody cared. Nobody cared. He was gay as shit, so I don't buy that, right? I don't buy it. But let's say hypothetically that black people were homophobic. Well, you have to understand black people's introduction to homosexuality. It wasn't pleasant. It's trauma-filled, right? I don't know if you guys know what buck breaking is. All right, yes, it's a hard-hitting topic. Buck breaking is when they would take the biggest, strongest guy out there, and the slave owner would do him in front of everybody to emasculate him, to tear him down, make him ashamed. Sometimes they'd make the dudes do each other, the strong ones, you know what I mean? So imagine you seeing that happen to your brother, your uncle, your father, sibling. That would fuck you up, right? So you would understand, like, why pass down. They'd be like, hey, man, we don't fuck with that shit, because you had a very traumatic experience at first. That'd be like if you met somebody who hated football, and you found out as kids they were locked in basements and forced to watch nothing but Raider games. You would understand. You would understand why they hated football. I know, because I'm a Raider fan. I got the trauma. I got it. You know what I'm saying? I'm a big Raider fan. Every time, no! You know what I mean? I get it. I get it. Now, here's the thing. The reason why I'm talking about all these things, because like I said earlier, I feel like comedy is the last safe space we have to laugh at everything. Laugh at everything, talk about everything. And because recently I found out I am a little bit of everything, and I didn't know that. Right? I did. My son, he had a family tree project to do, right? And I called my mom, I said, Mom, we need the family history. And I thought, you know, it was just gonna be traditional black, because we keep ours all the way back to 1853, all right? So we can track it. And I thought it was gonna be 3 lines. You know what I mean? Just typical American black. I thought it was gonna be like, slavery, freedom, here you are. Like, that's what I thought it was gonna be, right? And that wasn't the case with my family, and I was really shocked. Like, we started off 100% Choctaw Native American, all right? And then they had a daughter. She married a dude that was Irish. So at this point, we was just white with strong cheekbones. Then they had a little white baby, all right? And then she decided that she was gonna sleep with the darkest dude to ever live, all right? My great-grandpa, black as hell. Like, I've seen the pictures. It's just my granny and the eyes and teeth. I didn't know who was there. Like, he was black, all right? My great-granny, and then they had my granny. My granny had my mama had me. And then I recently just found out, like, because I thought my granny was dark-skinned, and they said, no, the dialysis did that. They showed me pictures when she was younger. No bullshit. They showed me pictures of her when she was younger, and she was very light, like more Native American. I was like, oh, snap. I was like, oh, okay. And then my papa was Creole. He light-skinned as hell, and they mixed, right? Then my dad's dad just, you know, black. But my grandma, I never knew what she was. Like, she just looked like a weird, like, awkward white lady to me. Like, I never knew what. So I'm like, why she look white, but that hair like mine? Like, what's going on? And then it turns out she was Cherokee and Irish with like a little bit of black, right? And so I'm like, yo, this is crazy. Like, I'm not black as I thought I was, right? And then I meet my wife, and I thought she was like just light-skinned black, and it turns out she's Puerto Rican and white. So I'll be looking at my kids like, man, y'all hanging on by a fucking thread. like I tell them all the time, if y'all don't marry black women, we gotta reclassify, bro. Like, we gonna get kicked out. I thought daddy had more in him, but I'm barely holding on myself, bro. So you gotta really black it up, bro, and we gotta go, you know? And so I don't know if this is related or not, but he goes and turns in the project. He comes home the next day, and he goes, hey, Dad, I got a question for you. I said, what's up, bro? He said, one of the white kids at my school asked me if I was allowed to say the N-word. And I was like, that's a wild question for 2nd grade. Like, y'all don't trade Pokemon no more? more just hard-hitting topics? That's... Damn, dude, okay. I said, what'd you tell him? He said, I told him my dad say it all the time. I said, that's factual. That's factual. I said, what did he say about him saying it, though? He said he was absolutely never allowed to say it. I said, okay, that's a good white. You keep him. That's an ally. You come from a good family. I want to meet his parents. There's some good people right there. You keep him. He said, what about me, though, Dad? Can I say it? And I looked at him. Looked at his mama. I picked up that family tree paper. I said, hey, my nigga, I don't know, to be 100% honest with you. At the next meeting, I'm gonna see if I can get you in, bro. But you walking a line. You walking a line, right? But truthfully, like my oldest son just looked like me with curly hair, so you know he black, right? But my youngest one, Savage, is a little more like he more Klay Thompson, Steph Curry, you know, and depending on his hair, because the type of hair he got, you really don't know. Like he could be, you know, he could be Connor one day, he could be Tyrone the next day, or he could be Juan Escobar. You know, like you don't know. What up, fool? Like you don't know what he is. And I know that they're conscious of it already because they play their video games and all they do is create their characters when they play like Madden or NBA 2K or whatever. And my oldest son, he'll be making his character. He just pick a black dude, right? Pick a black dude, 6'8", 250. I'm like, you got ambition, bro. That ain't finna happen. But all right. Good luck, you know what I mean? And then my little son will start making his character, right? But he'll pick a black dude. And my oldest son would be like, you don't look like that. And he'd be like, I'm black! Right? I'll kill every nigga in here. I'd be like, see? That's your grandpa. You light skins are angry. You gotta relax, bro. You gotta relax. That's how they be, man. Kids a lot, man. But I love it. Like, I'm not one of the people that get on stage or get out in the world and be like, oh, my wife and kids is ball and chain. It sucks. I love having a family. It's dope, man. I love it, you know? I mean, I don't want no more. I definitely don't want no more kids. I don't, and it's not because I hate kids. Kids are dope. I just don't want another baby. I don't have time for that shit. My kids are 9 and 7. They feed themselves, take your shower, you go put your clothes away. Like, they do all, I'm not starting over no baby, because I'm going to be honest, and I'm going to say it. Babies are trash. Nobody's talking about it. Babies are trash, and nobody wants to admit it. Oh, they're so cute. For what? For what? They just sit there all day looking at you with their weak-ass necks. They weak. They don't do nothing. Who spits up in the middle of a sentence for no reason? They just be sitting there. Like, what's wrong with you? They take a dump while they looking at you. Clean it up, bitch. Like, I don't like how babies talk. Fuck babies. I said it. I don't care, man. Fuck babies. I don't care. Like, kids are cool. I don't want no baby anymore, man. I ain't got time to start over and raise no toddler. I travel, my wife work. We ain't got time to raise. Who gonna raise this baby? It ain't gonna be me. I ain't doing it. So I got a vasectomy. Yeah. I got a vasectomy 1.5 years ago. And the reason why I got it done, because I knew I didn't want no more kids. My wife knew she didn't want more kids. And I'm not gonna make my wife go through some crazy procedure that might fuck her body up when I get something done in 15 minutes and it's reversible. So that's why I did it, all right? All right? Look at all the ladies. All the ladies are like, okay. And all the dudes is like, hell nah, bruh. Couldn't be me, all right? And this is why. It's not his fault. It's not his fault. Any dude in here, it's not your fault. You've been given false information. I didn't know until I got my vasectomy how many dudes don't know about their own body. I didn't know that shit. Like, the questions I get about my vasectomy, wild as hell. I'm like, who told you this? Like, I tell people all the time, and then they'll come up to me, they'll be like, hey, man, so you really got that done? And I'm like, who lies about that? Yeah, I got a vasectomy. That ain't a flex. I got a vasectomy, bro. Yeah. And they're like, oh, okay. And like, how would, like, do your voice change? Like, I don't know who started that rumor, but no, your voice, like, dudes really think you go get a vasectomy and you come out of there like, everybody. Like, no, bro, your voice stay the same. They're like, oh, okay, but like, dude, you still get up to say that? I say, yeah, bro, I'm still horny 24/7. It'd be hard all the time for no reason. I just be hard, bro. And you still got the same sex drive. I was like, yep, all the time. I could anytime. I'm ready to go. I'm like, all the time. And they were like, oh, okay. And like, what, like, what they do with your balls, though? I said, I ain't a pit bull, bro. You thought they take our balls out? You thought they took our nuts? You thought they just left me with the mud flaps? You think I just... you think I just got penis and scrotum, just an empty scrotum? Just like a cake for my dick, just sitting there. Like I'm pulling my pants down like you ready for the Doctor Strange? Like, no, it's not. It's not a scrotum cake, bro. I still got my balls, man. And they be like, oh, okay, all right. Like, and do you still you still go? Like, yeah, you think I'm shooting dust? Like, time out. You thought this whole time dudes who get upset, we don't go, you think we be in the bedroom, we like, here it comes. Like, you think that's what happens? It's just air? Or you think our penis is just doing the LeBron James, just powder in the air? Like, no. I'm still, you know what I mean? Like, I'm still putting icing on the Cinnabon, bro. Like, it's still toaster strudel all day, you feel me? I'm still going. It just ain't no swimmers in my shit. It's still the same load. So, like, I didn't know that dudes didn't know how it works. So all they do, fellas, I can't believe you didn't learn this in health class, but, you know, our balls just produce sperm. That's all they do. And then it travels up a tube, and it meets the rest of the stuff that's formed up here. And then it comes out, and it's like, baby juice. And that's how it works, right? So vasectomy, all they doing is cutting the tube so you have no sperm in your load, but you're still doing the load, but just ain't got nothing to make a baby. That's it. That's all it is. And they be like, oh, okay, I didn't know. This sound kind of cool. I say, yeah, bro. They said, what about the orgasm, though? Everything's the same. Do it feel the same? Is it still good? I said, not only is the orgasm the same, best orgasm you ever have in your life. And they're like, why? I'm like, because you come in with a different kind of freedom. You know what I mean? You ain't never been able to nut like this before. Like, you know nothing bad is gonna happen. You can do it anytime, anywhere. It don't matter. Yeah, I could do it on this chair, so what? Like, what you gonna do? You can't collect it and have a baby. There ain't nothing in there. It's fine. You can do it all the time. They be like, oh, okay. And it's still good? I say, yeah, bro. And she looking at you, and she know nothing bad is gonna happen, so y'all both got different energy. There's no more, you know what I'm saying, put a condom on. Ain't no more pull out. No, make sure you don't get it in my eyelashes. Like, ain't no more of that. Now, she got a different energy. She looking you in the face. Don't take it out. Come inside me. You be like, ooh. Every dude in this room know when they tell you leave it in, don't take it. That's a different nut. And when you know you can leave it in and ain't nothing bad finna happen, like, I know this ain't politically correct to say, I know that, but let me tell y'all something. Every time she said, come inside me, I go full retarded. You understand me? Like, I'll be in there. I'll be drooling and shit. You ever squeeze your butt cheek so tight, a little sweat come down the back? And then I put my helmet on and I go to bed. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's the best, man. It's the best. But dudes always want to know about the surgery. That's what they really want to know. They said, but how is the surgery? I'll be honest with y'all. The surgery ain't shit. All right, it's a 15-minute procedure. It ain't nothing. The part before the surgery, that sucks. Because you go in there, you're like, hey, I'm here for my vasectomy. They said, okay, I want you to go down the hall, take off everything from the bottom down, and lay down and wait for the doctor, right? So I'm sitting in there. I got a shirt on, nothing on the bottoms or anything. I'm just laying back like a baby waiting to get his diaper changed. You know what I'm saying? I'm sitting there, I'm flicking it around, I'm playing with it. Helicopter, you know, because I don't know, this might be our last run. I heard the rumors too, so I don't know. I'm nunchucks, you know, I'm doing all kind of stuff, right? I'm making noises. Like, just having fun, just in case it's my last, you know? So... and so, I'm laying there, and the assistant dude walk in. This ain't my real doctor, this is the assistant. So he come in, he's like, hey man, I just want to let you know before we get started on the surgery, we got to clean the area. I said, when you say we, that means you as a grown man gonna clean me as a grown man? Because I showered before we got here. I don't think there's any reason for you to touch me at all, bro. Like, we good. He's like, nah, we gotta professionally clean it. I said, I've been professionally showering for 30 plus years, bro. Like, I shaved it and busted myself. This is all me, bro. Look, like, I did this. We good. He's like, nah, man, we gotta medically clean it. So he puts on his gloves and he takes out that red stuff. What's the red? Iodine, Benadine, one of them dines, right? And he takes it and he pours it on me. And then this man just starts cleaning me, and he gotta clean it, you know what I mean? So he in there, he. He cleaning me, right? I'm so uncomfortable because I never had a dude, like, I didn't know what to do. So as soon as he touched me, I just went full Toy Story. Like, remember when Andy would come in? Like, he touched my dick, I just lay it out. I just went to a different place. I was like, it'll be over soon, it'll be over soon. Just go to your happy place, go to your happy place. Like a single tear came down my eye, like I was just taking this shit. And I'm sitting there, and I looked at the wall the whole time. The whole time he was doing it, I looked at the wall. Because I didn't want to turn and lock eyes. Because if you lock eyes with a man with his hands on your dick, y'all fucking. Like, y'all have made love. Y'all have made love at that point, so I couldn't look at him. So I just had to take this shit, and I was so uncomfortable. Like, I've never had this kind of experience. I hated every moment of it. And after he gets done, he grabs a towel. He was like, all right, clean yourself off. I was like, no. Don't talk to me like that. Like, act like it meant something to you. Are you gonna call me? Like, I didn't know how to feel. I was fucked up. So he just leaves. He just leaves me like that, right? And I'm sitting there, and I'm like, I'm gonna need so much therapy after this. Like, I'm messed up, right? So then, like 5 minutes later, my real doctor walks in. Now, my real doctor who was gonna perform the surgery was black, right? And anytime I go to hospitals, anywhere, I ask for black doctors, right? Anytime I go in, you got a black dentist, you got a black, like, I want black people working on me. Just cause, I don't trust white people, right? So I just want a black doctor. And you know what it was? I just didn't want a white doctor when it came to that, you know what I mean? Like, not when it came to that, because I didn't want him to walk in and be like, see, this is why we hate y'all, foop, and he cut it off, you know what I mean? He picks it up, throws it over his shoulder, like, I'm about to blow my white back out tonight, this is mine, you know what I mean? I didn't want that, you feel me? So, I had a black doctor. Now, for some of you in the room, y'all might not know this, when we amongst ourselves, we behave differently. We talk differently. We let our hair down. We're comfortable. We're with our people now. We're chilling. So he was professional at first until he saw me. And then it was just bruh to bruh. You know what I mean? So he walked in. He was like, okay, Mr. Polee. He was like, oh, shit, what up, nigga? What up, bro? Like, how you? I said, what up, bro? He was like, you getting a vasectomy? I said, yeah. He said, you still kind of young, bro. You in shape and everything. You trying to get a vasectomy? I was like, yeah, bro. I got 2 boys. I got 2 kids. I don't want no more kids, bro. He's like, you sure, man? I mean, these hoes is out here. Like, you sure? You don't want nothing? I said, nah, bro, I'm done. You know what I mean? I don't want no more. Plus, a dude already molested me, so I can't back out now because I'm not going to go through that process again. I'm never doing that again in life. So dude didn't clean me, so let's just get started. And he was like, what dude? I said, no. The guy, he had passed. He came in. And he touched me. He was doing it. And I laid out. He cleaned. And the doctor like, I don't know who you talking about, bro. And I was like, no, he touched me right here. He touched me here. He did it. And he was like, no, I'm just fucking with you, homie. And I was like, see? That's why I hate black people who don't take shit serious, man. Other dude came around the corner. He was like, I was like, fuck both of y'all, bro. I'm stressed out. play too much, man. So, after that, dude was cool, though. He goes, hey, man, this is a 15-minute procedure. You're going to be in and out of here. Now, if you've ever gotten this procedure done, if you felt anything, your doctor messed up. I felt nothing. The only thing you feel is the initial shot they give you real quick. It's like a real quick, like, bing, like, oop, right? That's it. Goes completely numb. Now, you don't feel anything. You just feel like you know somebody's touching you, but there's no, like, pain or anything. But all your other senses still work, right? So I'm sitting there, and he's doing his thing, and I'm just, I'm laying around. All of a sudden, I hear it. Clip! I said, what was that? He said, that one shut down. I said, okay. And then I see a little smoke. I said, what's going on over there? He said, oh, we had to cauterize the wound. I said, well, this gives a whole new meaning to Great Balls of Fire. Like, you have set my nuts on fire. This is crazy. Chef's nuts roasting on open fire. That's what's happening right now? Right? So he does it. It takes about 5 minutes. Rolls his chair around, starts on the other side. Now, on the other side, he's taking a little longer. I say, hey, what's going on over there? He said, well, this one's putting up a fight. I said, okay. He said, but don't worry. I always get what I want. And I was like, hey, yo, I don't like y'all talking in here, bro. It's weird. Right? So he does it, takes about 7 minutes, and we're done. He was like, all right, I'm going to sew you up. You can get out of here. I said, oh, okay, bet. Now, if you never had surgery before, the reason why people leave surgery so sore because these doctors do not care. They're trying to get it done fast, and they rough as hell because they know you can't feel nothing. So I'm watching this dude, and in my opinion, he was doing too much. Because these are balls, bro. All I should have saw was this. I look down. He here. He's sewing me up. He was pulling all tight every time he taking me with him. I was like, hey. That's too much for these little balls, bro. You ain't got to do all that, right? And so he finishes, and it's an outpatient procedure. You drive yourself home. But he gives me the rundown. He said, all right, man, you're free to go. Let me give you a rundown. You got to ice 48 minutes, 20 minutes on, 10 minutes off. Once the swelling goes down, if you feel up to it, you can get back in the gym, or you can get back in the saddle. I said, oh, I can. He said, yeah, if it ain't no discomfort, do your thing, man. And I said, and I could shoot the club up? Like, I could. And he was like, no. And that's where dudes mess up. Dudes get a vasectomy and think they can immediately just start shooting the club up. It's like, nah, you got to wait like 2-3 months to clean. Yeah, you got all these live swimmers still in there. You got to clean out the gun. It's like if you have a pistol and you take something out the clip, it's still that chamber that can kill somebody. All right? So we still got stuff that can kill people. We got to get rid of that. So you got to get all that out and then go for your follow-up. Then once you had a 0 count, then it's a free-for-all. Then you can go, right? So my wife called me. She said, what the doctor say? I said, you ain't gonna believe this shit. She said, what happened? I said, we got to have sex like 5 times a day. That's what the doctor told me. I gotta clean it out. I got to clean it out. I got to get it out. I got to get it all out. You know what I mean? And so I rushed home because when I got the surgery, all I had told my boys the day before, and at the time, they were 5 and 7. And so at the time, I'm like, all right, Daddy's getting a procedure tomorrow. When you get home from school, just don't be rough, all right? Because, I don't want you jumping on me. I'm just going to be a little sore for like 2 days, so just chill out, right? I didn't know that my wife had told them exactly what I was getting done, right? So I'm rushing home, trying to beat them home. I get home, I put my ice on, I put a robe on so they didn't see the thing, and I'm watching TV, right? My little son walked in the door. Now, normally when they get home from school, they give me the rundown. How was school? Oh, well, there was a fight at recess, and Mr. Johnson said that, they give you the rundown. Not today. He walked in the door, he didn't even say hi. I said, hey, buddy, how was school? I kid you not, this is how he walked in. He goes, why'd you cut your nuts? I said, what? He said, Mommy said you cut your balls, Daddy. Why'd you cut your balls? I said, no, I didn't cut them. I still got them. But I just got a surgery done, so I don't want no babies. And he goes, oh, why? Are you allergic? I said, a little bit, yeah, like a little bit. But I said, nah, y'all just older. You're going to be in 2nd grade. Your brother going to be in 3rd. I just ain't got time for that stuff no more. And he was like, oh, okay. Well, what happens if a baby touches you? I said, I'm not allergic, bro. Like, babies can touch me. Nothing's going to happen. I'm fine. I just don't want any more babies. And I got a surgery done so where I won't have any more babies. That's all. And he goes, okay. What happens if Mommy has another baby? I said, well, then Mommy fucked up. And Daddy see you on the weekends, nigga. I'm out, you know what I mean? I'm not raising no side, baby, you feel me? I'm out of there, bro. I'm not raising side kids. I ain't a loser, you know what I mean? I'm out. But I love them dudes, man. They funny, man. I love having kids. I love the family dynamic and everything. The only thing I don't like about having a family is because of my social media presence. People see my family, and I don't really like that too much. And you know what it is? I don't like the pressure to come with it, or like the assumptions people make. All people do is they get online and they see things and they think they want that. You know, so my family is an attractive family. You know, so they be like, oh my God, you have such a beautiful family. Goals, relationship goals. Family goals. I'm like, y'all don't know. She could be beating me every day. Y'all don't know. You know what I mean? And so y'all get online and y'all see couples and these influencers and all that stuff, and you think you want that, and you don't know if they happy or not. You don't know shit about them. They showing you the highlights. That's all social media is the highlights. Right? So you don't know if you want. And plus, let's say you see something and it does look amazing, right? You don't know what it took for them to get there. So all y'all see on social media is everybody's end results, that famous person or that happy couple or whatever, but you don't know, like I saw some lady said the other day, this older lady, she was like, you don't find love like this, you build love like this. That shit take time, and it's ups and downs and how to go through that. I seen a couple one time in the middle of my show, they were so distracting because they were all over each other. And I'm talking about, they, right in the front row. And I get distracted, I say, hey, like, enough. I was like, but I'd love to see it. You know, how long y'all been together? They was like, 30 years. I said, 30 years and y'all still all over each other like that? They said, yeah. I said, well, damn, what's the secret? True story. The lady goes, well, 10 years in, I wanted a divorce and he wouldn't let me. And then 10 years later, he wanted a divorce and I wouldn't let him. And then the last 10 have been great. And I said, wait, so the key to a happy marriage is you gotta hold people hostage? That's how this shit works. Like, I want a divorce. Well, get your ass in the basement and you lock the door. I'll let you out when you change your mind. You know, is that how you do it? I didn't know that was the key to success. I didn't know. Right? But me and my wife, we communicate, and I think that's why we do okay, because we communicate about everything. We talk a lot, and we're very realistic. I hate when couples get in a relationship and think, like, start being fake about the world. Like, she knows I'm on the road all the time. First of all, she's very pretty, like, commercially pretty. So people hit on her all the time. She knows I'm on the road all the time. And, you know, so she'd be asking me, like, how's the road? I'd be like, it's good. Any girls hit on you? I was like, you know these hoes be on me. Come on, man. Like, stop. She'd be asking me questions. Any of them look good? Have you ever been tempted? I'd be like, this one got a fat ass. But I don't know if it's real, though. So, you know, I don't know, right? But we joke like that, and we play like that, and we're very honest, though. But realistically, she knows, like, couples do need to, you know, stay in lock and everything. So when I go on the road, she refuses to let me go on the road without us getting it in first. Like, she will not let me get on that plane unless we smash, right? I'd be like, I don't need to like that. She'd be like, no, I'm not sending you out there with them hoes with a full load. No, come on. We gotta knock it out, right? And here's the thing. Sometimes I'm not always gone for a full weekend. Sometimes it's a one-nighter. I'm like, I can hold it for 24 hours, ma'am. I don't need it like that. Plus, I'm 40. I don't need it every day anymore. You know what I mean? My sex drive ain't even the same. Every day, that's too much. Like, 6 times a week is fine. Like, I don't need it every day, you know? But she won't let me. She'd be like, you know, we need to do it before you leave. And I'm like, I don't have to. She'd be like, come try. You know what I mean? Like, it's like when you have kids and you're about to go on a road trip, and you're like, anybody got to pee? And they're like, no. You're like, go see. Go in there and see. And then every time they be in the bathroom like, oh, I did need to go. You're right, I did. And it's the same thing. She'd be like, come in here. Come get some, come see. And I'd be like, I'm not horny, I'm fine. And she'd be like, let's see about that. And every time I'd be in there, I'd be like, you know what? You know, I did need it. I did need it. You're right. That's how we get down, man. And I'm glad I met her when I did, too. I met her kind of later, like almost when I was closer to 30, which I think was perfect. Because, like I said, I was for the streets early. You know what I mean? It was, bro. I was out here, you know. And it wasn't 100% my fault. I was a victim. I was a victim of the circumstance. Because, like, when you're a college athlete and stuff like that, it just falls in your lap. Like, it just comes. That's what comes with it, you know what I mean? And I'm glad I went to college where I did, by the way. I went to college in Montana, right? Yeah, I went to a PWI, predominantly white institution. And I'm so glad I went there, you know, because I had visited HBCU before I signed with the school, and I knew that wasn't for me. I knew it was, because I went to the Circle City Classic, right? If y'all don't know what that is, that's drumline in real life, pretty much, right? It was Jackson State versus FAMU, Free and AJ there, like, it's a party. The stadium where the Colts play, full of nothing but black college kids, right? And I'm looking at all these beautiful black men, I'm like, yeah, ain't no way in hell I'm going here. Because if I go to that HBCU, I'm coming back to California with at least 15, 16 kids. Like, I'm taking them down raw, you know what I mean? Like, that's overwhelming for a young 19-year-old unsupervised kid with all them beautiful black women. I can't do that. You know what I mean? But in Montana, it was just a little easier to be like, easy, Karen. You know what I mean? Like, don't get me wrong, I was fucking them too, but not at the volume as I would have been doing with the black girls, you know what I mean? It's just, that would have been too much. And to be honest, I'm really happy I went there because I honestly think it was better for me because, if I could be honest with y'all, I knew the way I was, I knew who I was, and truthfully, I don't even know if I should say this. I mean, I've already crossed all the lines, whatever. Like, it's just, I'll be vulnerable. It's just way easier to, it's just way easier to convince a white girl to get an abortion. Now, hear me out. It's not because they're less than. It's not because they have any less morals or anything like that. It's just an easier argument because, like, if I get Keisha pregnant at the HBCU, she not getting rid of my baby because I'm a good black. I'm a good I'm a good black man. She not. That would be dumb on her part. Her mama would be in her ear like, that's the dude that got you pregnant. No, you keeping that. Because I'm a good dude. Like, I come from a 2-parent home. I'm on scholarships. I'm athletic. You know what I mean? I know the Lord. Smart. He's good looking. Like my genes, everything. Like this little baby gonna be the next Obama or some shit. Like she know that. So you don't get rid of my baby. You get rid of them fuckboys babies, not mine. She like nah. And she knows at the very least, if me and her don't work out, I'm still gonna be a good ass dad. So there's nothing I can convince a black woman to get rid of my baby. She's like, hell no, we gonna make this work, you know what I mean? But with a white girl in Montana, and I'm just making this story up, but let's say hypothetically, it's your senior year, right? Season's over, you ready to go home. One of the volleyball girls comes up to you. You guys maybe have been messing around for a while. She goes, hey, I got something to tell you. You're like, what's up? I just want to let you know I'm pregnant. And you're like, that's crazy. Word. And she's like, yeah, and I'm thinking about keeping it. And you're like, that's crazy. That's crazy. You gonna keep a baby? Wow, okay. Well, you know what? I'll support whatever decision you want to make, you know what I mean? If you want to do it, I'll be here. And then you start trying to look at the positives. You're like, well, shit, she's 6 foot, I'm 6 foot. We both college athletes. This kid gonna be a beast. He probably going to the league. I can make this work. You know what I mean? You trying to rationalize the best you can, but you know you don't want this baby. All right? And you're like, damn, okay. Well, whatever you want to do, I'm here. But I just want you to think about some things. You realize there's gonna be a black baby in Montana. People gonna be looking. There's gonna be a lot to come with that. Matter of fact, what your daddy gonna say? And she like, ooh, you right. Foop, and she get rid of it. I'm just saying. Remember earlier when I said a little bit of racism is okay? Sometimes a little racism saves your life. You know what I mean? Sometimes. And I just made that story up. I don't know what happened to that dude. I don't. I think he went on to be a really dope comedian and do an hour special in front of Vegas. So thank y'all so much, Keon Polee. You guys have been absolutely amazing. Thank you guys very, very much. I sincerely appreciate it. Thank y'all very much, man. Thank you guys.